So now concerning weapons, I'll cover each one very lightly. I suppose I'll start with basic, and I'll tell you that it sucks, and that's about all. Vulcan is a nice gun. It's spread and forward and kind of cool. Its max level is level 3. Those DNA strand capsule things I showed you before that I said that leveled up your weapon, you can level this up to level 3. So if you get 2 of those DNA strand thingies, then this will be at max level. Spin weapon is a nice, really spread weapon. It just goes everywhere. And as you can see, or maybe you don't really realize, but this is useless at level 1. Useless. If you level it up to level 2, it's actually pretty useful. At level 3, it's also actually pretty useful. Actually, at level 3, it's very useful, but at level 1, it's useless. Anyways, that's good for taking care of both big enemies and if you don't want to aim at all. This is a forward weapon. It's a forward weapon. It's not really anything exciting, but it's really useful. It's only useful against medium to large size enemies. Against little enemies, it's completely useless, but it's useful. Its max level is 3 too. You'll notice that a lot of weapons' max level is 3. Huh. This is the Sunrise. It looks the same as the forward pretty much right now, but as it levels up, it'll be able to shoot in other directions too, so it's good. I like it. This is the Cross. Its max level is 2, and it's fast and powerful. And kind of awkward, but it's still fast and powerful. It's very powerful at short range, you can imagine, because both of the crosses hit, and at level 2 it shoots a laser too, so if you can get all 3 of them to hit, it does a lot of damage. This is the Chaser gun. You can't tell right now, but it does home in onto enemies. Once again, it's useful if you don't want to aim. Its max level is 2. This is the Firestorm. It shoots in bunches of directions at once. It's pretty cool. Its max level is 4 or 5 or something. I can't remember. This is the Worm. It's very slow right now, but it chases onto enemies just like the Chaser. Its max level is 3. I would try out it. It's really useful in the right situations. This is the Ion gun. Oh, and the Worm. One Worm bullet is still there, but this is the Ion gun. As you can see, it's slow in the beginning, but then it speeds up. It's a bigger bullet, so it's good against smaller enemies, and also it's pretty strong at level 1, but then it doesn't level up very well. Or that is, when it levels up, it doesn't become a lot stronger like the other weapon. So basically, it starts strong, but then kind of becomes progressively weaker as comparative to the other weapons as you level them up. So it's useful in shorter levels, or levels in which you don't really want to level it up anyways, like if you want to devote all your level ups to another weapon. This is the Arrow. It has a very, very low rate of fire, but it does tons of damage, and that's pretty much it. It's useful against enemies that move around a lot, but you can still, they're big enough to aim at. It's useful. It's useful in the right situations. This is the Torch weapon. It's short range, but really powerful. Try it out. It's cool. This is the Chaos weapon. It goes in weird directions and does different stuff. It's the strongest weapon in the game if you level it up to max. Oh, I forgot to tell you the max level of the last few ones. I'll go back in a second. Its max level is, again, 4 or 5 or something. And it is really strong at high level, but it takes a long time to level it up. This is the Ion gun. By the way, just one second. I'm back. Sorry about that. I probably won't edit that out of the video because I'm lazy. Where was I? Was I explaining the max level of the Ion gun? I think I was. Max level of the Ion gun is 3. The max level of the Arrow gun is 2. Max level of the Torch gun is 4. Here's the Impact gun. Again, you can't see it here, but if it hits an enemy, it makes a lot of bullets that go horizontally. And it's kind of useless. Sorry to tell you. This is the Neo gun. It's similar to the Impact gun, except instead of making bullets that go horizontally when it's destroyed, Makes bullets that go in all directions, I guess. It's also useless. This is the horizontal gun. Makes bullets that go horizontally and it destroys itself. It's like the impact gun, except it destroys itself automatically. It's also useless. This is the surround gun. It shoots bullets all around you. It's kind of like a short-range spread, you don't want to aim at all gun. And it's really useful at high levels, but it's useless at a level like this. And its max level is 4, I think. This is the tail gun. You can't see. I'll show you that one at the end, actually. Then there are 3 turrets that shoot different stuff. You can make the turret, and then move around afterwards. So you can aim at stuff without actually being there. Right. So, oops, that was kind of an accident. There's the other one. And then there's third one that I won't show you, I guess. All of their max levels is 3, R3. So just, yeah. Now, and I made another turret, I'm sorry. This is the Justice gun. Thing that isn't the turret. This is the Justice gun. It shoots bullets all over the place. And the longer you use it, the more bullets are in the air. So, it's useful if you keep it on like the whole time. Use it. That's all I have to say. It's good. Its max level is 3, I think. This is the Crescent gun. It's pretty powerful, but it's also pretty slow. I don't use it. If you find a good use for it, then use it. Its max level is 4. This is the Sonic gun. This is a very situational gun. Oh, there's one Justice bullet left. When it hits an enemy, it goes back, and if there are 2 enemies vertically aligned, then they can go back and forth and hit them a bunch of times. It's useful in certain situations. Just know where to use it. If you don't know where to use it, then don't use it. Simple as that. Now finally the tail gun, which I didn't show you earlier because you can't show it here. I'll start... Oh! Oops. I accidentally started level 1 there. I meant to start at my empty level. Now I'll show you the tail gun. As you move around, it follows you like that. You have 2 tails at first. And this is a really awkward gun to use. You have to set it up in front of somebody and then wait for them to run into it. But it's also extremely powerful. If you know how to use it. It'll eat away enemies like nothing. Like nothing. So there are all the weapons, I guess. And I showed you the controls. Okay, I'll start level 3 here, and then die, so that I can show you what happens when you die. It's lots of fun. I guess I'll tell you beforehand, because that way I won't have to worry about it when it actually happens. Now when you die, a cursor appears. When that cursor appears, you can move it around and choose where you revive. And if you take too long, 5 seconds, then it revives automatically wherever your cursor is. But normally you would press the Z or X or C keys when the cursor is in whatever position it is to revive your character there. So that way you don't have to automatically revive at some deadly spot. I chose level 3 here, by the way, because there's some nice mine enemy things right in the beginning that I can die quickly against. There they are. Die! See, here's the cursor, and revive! There, see, you can choose where to revive. It's lots of fun. Yeah. And I think now you can play the game. You know how the controls work. You know how to revive. You know all the weapons, or kind of know them. I guess you still need to experiment a lot. One thing that's very important to remember is that you can only change one weapon at a time. So every level you go to, you have to save a weapon from the last level. That is, one weapon carries over to the next level. So you have to plan that. I mean, I'm sure it's kind of difficult at first, or completely impossible, when you don't really know when many of the weapons do, or what the next level is. But after you get to know some of the levels, some of the bosses, some of the weapons, you can start planning a few levels ahead, or a level ahead, and think, now this weapon might not be very useful for this level, but maybe it'll be useful for the level thereafter, or hereafter. So maybe I should equip it anyways. And it's